And I think that more of us should find time with our other halves, or even people who are dating or getting to know, to create together.
What's our favorite thing to do together? Eat.
No,
Sorry, that's my favorite thing to do.
No.
What's our favorite thing to do together?
I had an easy answer for this. This is obviously difficult.
Okay. I like, what do we like? What do we like to do together?
Mine was activities and experiences.
Oh, I thought it was like a specific one.
No, like activities.
Yeah, we love doing that. Like escape rooms, and we went to a virtual reality escape room the other day.
You organised that. Yeah.
We went on a hike.
You had a hair in it.
Oh, thanks. We go on hikes, and we just love doing experiences. You're right, experiences and activities.
Yes.
We do try and do we've gone through the thing of where we try and go shopping together or movies and stuff, but we generally find we have a lot more fun when we're doing activities where we're contributing to something together.
Yeah. Like one of the first dates we went on was Go Ape. And so for anyone who doesn't know what Go Ape is like a assault course, but in the air.
Yeah,
so
that was
you're like
so fun.
swinging around. It's like Tarzan kind of stuff. And we loved it because it was just like, it was active. We were both doing stuff together, helping each other out. We love escape rooms, even though there are times, I think we've evolved.
Yeah, like the first time I went on to an escape room with him, I was like, we are never doing this again, because I'm so relaxed and I'm
like
just
winning.
like, oh, if we win, it's fine. If we don't win, it's we participated and that's what counts.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
And he's like, come on, we have to do this. Get over there.
I'm not angry.
You're not angry, but you're like very enthusiastic. And so I'm sitting on the chair, like we're meant to be escaping a prison, and I'm just sitting there with like a hammer in my hand, and he's like looking around everywhere trying to search for it. He's like, why are you not helping?
And then the trap door opens because she like by
and I get it right anyway, just by being chilled out.
So now I've realized, trust her. So we did that recently and I trusted her.
And it was good, and I actually got quite...
You did well.
Yeah.
You did well. We enjoyed it.
We did. That was really fun.
Activities and experiences, getting outdoors, doing stuff together, solving puzzles, something that engages us in talking, discussing, achieving something together is a great date.
Yeah.
Like achieving something together when we went for that cooking class, for example, like we cooked a meal together. Like that was fun, and then we ate it. When you create together, it's such a special experience.
Yeah, that's so true, actually.
And I think that more of us should find time with our other halves, or even people who are dating or getting to know, to create together. You just learn more about the person. It's so much quicker, so much easier.
We've also started spending a lot of time because of how our schedules work. Sometimes we end up just spending time together where we're just catching up and talking, which actually is quite nice, because we didn't used to do that. And I think that used to get us to a point where we felt like we maybe didn't know each other as well as we wanted to, or understand each other as well as we wanted to. But now we do take out time to just, catch up and ask the other person about what's going on. Me more so than him. He used to do this anyway. But I now am asking a lot more questions, and we really try to invest our interest into the other person, which is great.
Yeah, and we love meditating together.
And we love going to get vegan donuts together. Yes.
So, yes, that's true. So I'm going to go to meditation first.
Fine, yeah.
But literally when we met, I used to teach her philosophy and meditation, and I say this all the time. She's now a better meditator than me. She's more serious, she's more focused, she's more sincere, she's more devoted. It's amazing. Like, being able to have that in my life is so powerful, and that I put above anyone bringing in conscious spiritual intention and energy into a relationship. That's above someone bringing money, that's above someone bringing anything else. Like, that's just the most powerful thing that you can bring into a relationship, because it's helping you eternally, it's helping you for the rest of your life. And I think it's undervalued of how much bringing positive, beautiful spiritual energy is into a relationship. And you've been doing that since day one in our relationship. Like, she literally, for the first few years we were dating, she was like waking up at 4 a.m. and going to meditate with the monks every morning, right? Like with the community. And she did that like while she was working a job, while she was planning our wedding, while she was working at the hospital, etc., and all the rest of it. And so I feel that you've prioritized your spiritual practices so highly, and I love you for that, and it's made such a difference in our relationship. And for me, it's like, what can I do to let you keep having that? Like, what can I do to keep letting you be that light in our life? Because that's something that you can't buy. Like, you can't buy that anywhere. You can't just make that happen anywhere. And I value that more than any other contribution.
And
that's
I learned it all from him, so I did. I actually learned it all from him. Like, him and my mom have been like the two, and my grandma, they've been the people who have really been the key factors of spirituality in my life, and obviously my spiritual teacher too. But yeah, he he has really shown me what leading a spiritual path and really focusing on it, what you can actually become from it. And I think that's a great motivation, because all the qualities and everything that he is now that's positive has come from the time when he was a monk. I think, would you agree?
100%.
Yeah. And I just really feel that seeing someone live it after they've really gone through an intense period of being in a spiritual mindset, in an intense spiritual mindset for that longer period, I really see those qualities in him day to day, and how he reacts to things day to day is the product of his hard work that he's put in during that time. And I think that's a great motivation for me, because I'm just like, well, I want to see life in that way. Like, I want to see situations in that way, or react to people in that way, or interact with people in this way. And I think everything has been from that time in your life. And so, yeah, I really think he's been a great inspiration for me in that area. And I just know that that's what brings me the most happiness. And when I don't do those practices, I notice every part of my life suffering. So I know that if I really feel like I'm not dedicating enough time to my spiritual practices, then I'm a lot snappier with you, and I'm a lot like my relationships suffer, my quality of like the rest of the day just doesn't feel like it's got as much quality as it could have. I haven't got the most out of the rest of my day because I haven't prioritized my soul and like my connection to God at the beginning of the day. And for me, that's so important. And so yeah, I think it definitely does impact relationships, well, my relationships around me, if I don't have that in my life consistently and with quality. I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's like your relationship to your spiritual practice is the most important relationship.
Yeah.
And then because of that relationship being right,
it filters into everything else completely. How I feel in my spiritual practice is how I end up feeling towards other people around me. And so if I don't feel like I've put my best into that, then I know it filters through everywhere else. And I've observed that in myself. And so I think for the sanity of everyone around me, I have to make sure I do it too, because it's not just me, it affects everybody I come into contact with, because I'm a product of that, I feel. Yeah.
Do you want to add anything on that?
No, I think I'm good.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next thing is, what's your favorite thing about each other?
Oh, I feel like we've said it enough now, you know?
Yeah?
No, I'm joking. Oh, no, I'm joking. We can.
Yeah, we've said a lot.
I have to say one thing. I want to say one thing. I think one of my the favorite thing about you is how you see things, how you see situations. Like, they say that with a monk mindset, you should be able to see things it's called, what's the word?
Equipoise, equilibrium.
Equipoise, yeah. Equanimity, I always get that word wrong. So whether something goes bad or something goes good, you're able to have a very like neutral mindset to that situation, and not get too excited when things go really, really well, and not get too sad when things get really bad. And I think from all the ups and downs that we've been through, whether it's with your career or whatever it's been, every time something goes wrong, even if like you miss a plane, whatever it is, he never gets to a point where he's like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever, which is my usual reaction to, like before would have been my usual reaction to things. He is always just like, it's just part of the plan. Like, this just makes the story so much better. And I just really appreciate that, because it's made me not overreact and made me see perspective in so many situations, and made me realize that actually, yeah, like that quality of, and he doesn't get too excited. Anything good that happens, like whether he wins awards or whatever, like the coolest thing may happen, and he never gets too excited. Like, he appreciates it, and he just, in his mind, he prays and offers it back to his spiritual teacher. And I just think it's such a deep practice to have, to not get too excited and bask in your success. Is bask the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not be too sad and like kind of sit in your sadness for too long. And I think he really has that great balance of being able to snap out of things and seeing things. He doesn't even have to snap out of it. He just doesn't see it in that way. Like, he's trained his mind to see things in a way where everything is just part of the journey, and nothing is up and down, up and down, up and down. It's all quite like a little wave rather than like a tide. So yeah.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And hers is so easy. Anyone who's met her already knows this. Literally, like, every one of my friends I introduce her to, they fall in love with her and become best friends with her. And then I'm third wheeling all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, it's the best feeling in the world that everyone I introduce her to, or everyone she meets, she just has this pure, genuine light. And all I'm like in life is like, don't screw that up. Like, don't mess that up. Like let her be that light. Like, just let her be what she is. And, you know, how her parents have raised her, like how her grandmother's had an impact on her, like everything she has, like her spiritual teacher, her spirituality, everything that she has, like it's so pure and genuine and full of love. Like I always tell her she's like the best person I've met. And I just want, you know, I just want everyone to experience that. Like I want everyone to experience that. And that's partly why we're doing this podcast, is because I want everyone to experience that. There are people in the world who just have no agendas, that are loved, that are being loved at all times, that don't have any like negative motive towards anyone, or don't want to have like envy or jealousy or bring someone else down to feel better. And I think she has that in abundance, and everyone feels it. Like as soon as she walks into a room, she lights it up with her presence and energy. And that doesn't mean like being the loudest person in the room. She's rarely that. It doesn't mean being the most talkative person. It just means being that energy. And I know all of you who know her know that and feel it, and I get to feel it every day. So
I mean, I don't think that's true, but thanks. I do love, I've just realized, I've been through so many ups and downs of my own journey of, you know, jealousy and whatever it is, and not being that person for people, and not being someone who can who can be the joy for somebody else. But going through that and coming out the other end through a lot of journaling, I've talked about this before, and a lot of introspection, I just realized I actually get so much more joy out of being other people's joy. Like I love making people laugh. I love making people feel loved, and I love making people feel like they're cared for and looked after, and whatever it is. And I've realized actually it's more of a selfish thing, because I love doing that for other people. I get the joy out of it. And so, I think if you can light up someone's life in some small way, or like make someone laugh, you just never know what they're going through. And so I just think it's such a sweet thing to share and give out to someone. Like you can give a lot of things out, but if you're able to give love and happiness to someone in a small way every single day, like it's such a beautiful, it's a gift. Like it's such a sweet gift to give out to people. So I'm grateful that I'm able to do that for you sometimes and for other people.
Thanks for giving.
Sorry guys, I do an American accent whenever I'm like, it's probably the worst American accent that you guys have heard, but I do accents, yeah.
I love her accent.
Yeah.
Because I'm terrible at them. They're fun.